If you've been promoted from a staff nurse role to a leadership role, you're going to go through a big identity shift. Last week, you were joking in the nurses' station, and now you're approving people's time off. How do you navigate that transition from being on the team to being in charge of the team? Today, I'm tackling the key things you need to be prepared for when leading former peers. I'm Jared. I've spent more than half my nursing career leading former peers, and I've seen it go well, I've seen it go badly, because the truth is it's easy to mess up, especially if you get blindsided by some of these hurdles, such as the first one, that not everybody is excited to work for you. A few may even be skeptical of your leadership ability. Some might have wanted the job themselves, and they might be rooting for you to fail. There's no need to be adversarial about this, but just expect it so it doesn't surprise you. Secondly, your team is going to test you. Even your supporters are going to have some trepidation. They know you as a peer and a clinician, but they don't know how you're going to be as a leader. Every team tests out a new leader, not because they're out to get you or they're bad people. It's because they're trying to just figure out what the new rules are. So again, expect that. A third thing that's going to change is the nature of your friendships. I'm not saying you can't have friends who are your direct reports, but you need to be wary and have strong boundaries, because if you are friends with some of your direct reports, your work relationship now has to be very separate from your personal one. As a peer, this didn't matter too much, but as a leader, you can't let your personal ties influence your decisions or how you treat different members of the team. So what do you do about these issues? Number one, you need to be intentional and deliberate, especially about the transition itself. You need to meet with your team soon after the transition and be clear about what your new role is, some of the new responsibilities you have, and some of the things you won't be doing anymore. You need to establish your new role. Don't just let it unfold. A lot of teams are waiting for this kind of expectation setting, and when they don't get it, it just fuels the ambiguity and the doubters. Secondly, you need to set up boundaries and processes. Spell out how to reach you, when you're going to be available, and when you're not. You need to have protected time, period. And then apply these things universally. Try to be as consistent as you can with yourself and your team. Do not create backdoors just out of convenience or because there's people that you like. And don't let people create their own backdoors as a way to test you. Now, the third thing you need to be able to do has to do with your mindset and your presence. You need to project humility with confidence, and that is not a contradiction. Here's how you do it. Number one, you got to admit what you don't know. See, everybody in the room knows that you're new to leadership, so you can't fool them. You might as well embrace the fact that you're new and there's things you don't know. So be willing to gather more information before you make a decision. Be willing to hear opinions and input, but then accept your responsibility to be decisive. Don't let your humility make you wishy-washy. The key to this is being willing to be wrong. See, the pitfall is thinking that because you're a new leader and everybody's watching you, you have to get everything right. You won't get everything right. You're going to make mistakes, so own it. And then admit when you are wrong. And then take steps to correct it. This is super uncomfortable early on, but it builds trust and helps win over the folks who are on the fence. If you are transitioning into a nursing leadership role and you want more practical guidance for your first 90 days, that is what this channel is built for. So subscribe.